Welcome to this overview of the concerns residents have around flooding in Edenbridge. This map highlights historic flood zone data, but it doesn't reflect the new Environment Agency flood mapping set to release later this January. Here are aerial views of the floodplain shown on the previous map, emphasising how close the site is to flooding from the River Eden. Most of the proposed houses in this development are planned for the extended land closest to the river. The surface water impact will be immense, affecting not only properties in Edenbridge, but also those downstream in Hever and Tunbridge. This video footage shows flooding along the River Eden in September 2024. Field around Skinner's farm, bordering the development site, are natural floodplains, playing a vital role in collecting and draining floodwaters. Reports for the proposed SUDs acknowledge that during extreme weather, they won't handle the water volume, which will likely overflow and flood the River Eden. This video is within the proposed site, highlighting extensive areas of surface water and wetlands, showing the site's natural role in water management by absorbing excess rainfall and floodwaters. Development would disrupt this balance, increasing the risk of flooding both locally and downstream. This map shows how floodwaters surround the development, issued by the Environment Agency during a recent extreme weather event as part of a critical alert, warning of imminent flooding and advising people to activate their personal flood emergency plans. This graph shows the dramatically rising trend of flood alerts and warnings for the River Eden and the unacceptable release of sewage into the River Eden as sewers and infrastructure become overwhelmed. One instance of storm spillage release lasted almost 66 hours. Here are some examples of flood alerts and warnings and messages from local residents highlighting the severe impacts of flooding. These include reports of submerged roads and significant disruptions to travel in and around Edenbridge. The frequency and severity of these incidents underline the urgent need for careful planning and mitigation. Footage of Clinton Lane captures water from fields flooding onto the road, demonstrating how quickly floodwaters can overtake critical routes, cutting off access for residents and emergency services. None of this considers climate change forecasts, where areas currently classified as medium risk could shift to high risk due to predicted increase in extreme weather events. This raises serious concerns about the long-term sustainability of the proposed development. Careful consideration must be given to both current and future flood risks in Edenbridge and their downstream impacts along the catchment area. There is no evidence to guarantee that the proposed mitigation measures will effectively prevent flooding or protect the River Eden from significant pollution. Surface water runoff and sewage entering the river would have devastating effects on wildlife and habitats. Portions of the River Eden near Edenbridge are designated floodplain meadows and recognised sites of nature conservation interest and local wildlife sites. Given these risks, extending developments into these floodplain areas should be firmly rejected.